so good to be back. So good to see you. It's been a while. So I thought today we could talk about what happens when you don't train consistently for about 2 months, when you enter more of a maintenance phase, and I'll show you how my body composition changed over the past 2 months or so since we chatted last. So what I'm showing on the screen right now is how my body changed over the past 2 months. The image on the left is where I was about 2 months ago, right before I left for 2 months to enter the maintenance phase. The video on the left is me before the 2 months, and then the video on the right is my physique as of yesterday, after these 2 months of maintaining. I'm gonna talk a little bit more about the nuances of what maintaining means for me, what my workouts and nutrition actually looked like, and how they changed over the past 2 months as compared to before, when I was actually focusing on changing my body composition, growing a little bit of muscle, maintaining, or even losing a little bit of fat. But first, can we talk about the elephant in the room? I feel like I should actually tell you where I've been and what's been going on. In advance, in case you're not here or interested in the story, I have little timestamps below, so you can just go ahead and click on. In case you couldn't tell from my accent, I'm from the US, from New York, and I left the US in summer of 2024. I moved to Australia and I traveled around Australia for almost a year with Jensen. We were on the working holiday visa, which you can do any combination of work and travel for about a year. Depends on the country you're from. For Americans, it's 1 year with the exception if you do farm work. Anyway, I'm getting into it, doesn't really matter. Basically, we traveled around Australia for a year, made so many friends. It's such a beautiful country, beautiful, it was an amazing experience. It was so awesome. When Jensen and I left Australia in June-ish or so, we stopped in Asia. We were in Singapore, Japan, hiked Mount Fuji, and then flew to England, which is where you saw me last, because I was in the UK for about 3 months or so, which is when I had been working on changing my body composition, and I was sharing that story on my YouTube. And I didn't mention this, but the reason we were in England is because Jensen is British, so that would be that reason. And since you've seen me last, the past 2 months I have been in the US. I went back to visit family and friends. I hadn't seen my siblings in over a year, and oh my goodness, I'm so close with my siblings. I miss them to pieces. Oh, I love them so much. Yeah, I hadn't seen my American friends or most of my family in over a year, so I was really excited to go visit them. And when I flew back to the US, my main goal wasn't to be as locked in about fitness goals. My main goal was just to spend as much time with family as possible, make as many memories, and just really be in the present and enjoy time. Because I learned from over a year of being away from my family that I love giving hugs. You know, I just want to give them a hug, squeeze my sister, squeeze all the love into her. So when I flew back to the US, I had the intention of continuing to post and share my fitness journey, but I just got very caught up in the moment, and I felt like I was able to best spend time with family and just really be present when I was just completely off the grid. So that's where I've been. I'm excited to be back, and I'm back in England now as of filming this video. So, are you happy? Are you happy to have me back?
Yes.
Now, there might be a few of you who are asking, well, why didn't you just continue to work on your body composition goals while in the United States? Completely valid question. It was more based on my schedule. My main goal was to just spend time with family. It was just a bit easier for me to enter a maintenance phase where I wasn't trying really hard to change my body composition, as that requires a little bit more effort than if I were just to, you know, maintain what I've got going on. Maintain the muscle I have, maintain the fat that I have. If it goes up, down a little bit, that's fine too. Not spending as much mental effort on fitness and health, and just giving all my attention to the other priorities I had. And let me tell you, when I was in the US, I was there for 2 months. I flew to and traveled across 5 different states. I was just kind of bopping around the US, and it was a lot of flight time. My schedule was just not allowed for a very locked in, rigid workout schedule. As we go throughout life, we don't just have one specific goal that we work on consistently. As we change as humans, as our priorities change, as our lives and environments change, our goals shift as well, and that's completely normal and natural. And I also don't think that it's always the healthiest to be locked in completely all the time. There needs to be rest times. It's like when you're working out in the gym, you grow muscle best when you have those rest periods so that your muscle can actually grow during the rest period, because when we work out, we break down our muscle, and then when we're resting, our muscle's able to actually build, so we really need that rest equally. I found that when I lock in and really focus on a specific goal, if I take a short rest after that, I'm able to really benefit the most in a holistic way in my life. And in the past, when I had a very all or nothing mentality, I would get really stressed and worried if I missed a workout, or if I got sick and couldn't do my normal workout routine, or if I was traveling and I couldn't get my normal step count. I would get really stressed, and it would actually take away from my joy and experiences that I was having in the moment with friends or family, or the places I was seeing, or nutrition from a certain period of time in my life. A lot of memories I have are completely on my worries about not hitting my step count and not eating the right foods. And it's really sad because during those periods of time, I think about all the memories I could have made and things I could have done and seen, and I was too worried about fitness. And I think this probably leads into why I really, really believe that you need to have a period of rest, and it's not always the healthiest to be locked in and really focused on fitness all the time, constantly. I'm a big believer in having more of a balanced type of fitness regime. Like when I was home, there's no way that you are going to catch me skipping out on family time just to go hit my extra step count by myself alone in the dark. I'm not missing that family time. I'm also not gonna miss laughing with my sisters on the floor because we said something silly and are just hilarious like that. I'm not gonna miss that in exchange for getting in another workout, because it's those little memories that are really important to me. Now I've talked a long time. So now you know that I was in a maintenance phase. Let's talk about what that actually is. So a maintenance phase is when you're not specifically working towards a body composition goal. So for example, before my maintenance phase, I was working on gaining a bit of muscle and either losing or maintaining fat. That was my body recomposition goal that I was working on. Maintenance, I am pretty much just maintaining what I got. I'm trying to keep the amount of muscle I've got, trying to keep the amount of fat I've got, not make it go up or down too much. We're chilling at maintenance. And for me, workout-wise, that means still staying active, but instead of really trying to push my weight a little bit heavier, instead of trying to do an extra rep of my pull-ups, instead of trying to add on 5 more pounds to my chest press, I am now just trying to maintain the weights that I was before, or even lowering them a little bit. That's okay. But I'm pretty much just trying to maintain what I was working with before. Most weeks, I think I worked out around 3, maybe 4 times a week on average. Some workouts were a bit shorter, closer to 40 minutes. Other workouts were a bit longer, closer to an hour. But that was pretty much all I did, like, the whole trip. I was pretty active. I did go for walks most days, and there was a period of time when I went hiking, so that was amazing. Hiking in Bryce Canyon, Utah. It was so pretty. So I was still very active, but I think the main difference is I wasn't trying as hard to get a little bit stronger. I wasn't as locked in with the type of movement I was doing. I was just aiming to move my body a little bit. It was a pretty intuitive period of time for me, honestly. Nutrition-wise, I was also not as locked in. So before I left, I was pretty locked in about trying to get enough protein. I had my go-to meals and protein sources, and I just had a good routine and rhythm that was working really well, and I was enjoying here. When I went traveling, as you know, when you're traveling, you don't have the same options. You don't have the same eating time frames. Eating with different people have different social standards about when to eat and what to eat, and I just went with the flow. I did my best to eat enough protein on a daily basis, but I was not stressed about counting calories. I was not stressed about counting macros. I wasn't actually counting anything. I was just eating very intuitively, eating when I was hungry, stopping when I was full, trying to get enough protein, trying to eat somewhat balanced. That's it. That's it, guys. I didn't track anything, so I can't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure I ate pretty much close to maintenance the whole time. And just to bring back the physique, this is what I looked like before on the left-hand side, and this is what I looked like after. I don't think I gained or lost a lot of muscle. I think I pretty much stayed mostly the same. If anything, maybe I look a little bit flatter in the most recent video, maybe not as toned, my muscle's not quite as defined. And I'm sure there are little things that you can also nitpick, but I'm not too concerned with any tiny changes, and in the grand scheme of things, any tiny changes that did occur were 100% worth the memories that I made when I was home. But I do have a few confessions to make, you guys. I'm so embarrassed. Your girl has skipped leg day so many times. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. I don't even want to tell you. I need to tell you because that's what friends do, but I don't want to. So I probably, on average, if I was doing 3 to 4 workouts a week, I probably hit legs like once, maybe, and skipped legs and did a full body session, so like a little bit of legs. Like, we're not squatting, we're doing squat to press because that involves shoulders. So I skipped legs, and I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna come out and say it. The booty's gotten a little smaller. She has. I'm aware. I'm cognizant of the fact. And it's okay. I'm not that stressed, but we do have to acknowledge how the body has changed. We do. And that's actually one of my goals for the near future. It's gonna be training legs again, of course, but also focusing on growing my glutes, growing the booty, strengthening the legs. I feel a tad uneven, not gonna lie. When I came back, I tested my pull-ups to see how they had changed. I'll link the short below. I either did somewhere between like 11 and a half or 12. I'm not really sure. I need other people's opinions. So if you watch that video, let me know. Either way, I was pretty proud with the pull-ups that I did when I came back. But if you had asked me to do a max squat, I would have said, excuse me? I don't know her. So that's one goal for the upcoming weeks. Speaking of the upcoming weeks, it's almost Christmas time and it's also almost New Year's. New Year's goals. Who said that? It wasn't me. We don't need to talk about them. We don't need to talk about them. You don't have to explain anything to me. I've got some fun videos coming up. I'm just gonna be taking you guys along. We're gonna have some leg workouts. You best believe we're gonna have some leg workouts. We're gonna have some fun calisthenics workouts coming up. There are a few calisthenic skills that I'm gonna be training for. And yeah, I'm just so happy to be back. And hopefully this video showed you anything. It's that if there was any changes to my physique, they're really small and you don't have to be locked in your grind zone fitness-wise 24/7 just to have really amazing results. And once you make them, they stay for a long time. They don't just poof, disappear magically. If you watched all the way to the end of this video, you are a real one. Thank you for being here. Let me know if you liked it, and I will see you very soon in the next video. Bye.